Hi doll people, so I have a box to open. Now, I remember telling you guys that I usually don't do BJD box openings. This video will be kind of a deterrent away from that, just to kind of give you guys that gratification of saying that you see me open a BJD. This is a fun box because I had a commissioner contact me. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't have permission to. They contacted me saying that they wanted a few slots, and that's totally fine. But one of the girls that they would have had me paint, they decided to sell, which that's happened before. A lot of times people try and paint the doll like a kind of a last effort to really bond with the doll. That just didn't happen for her, I'm assuming. So she decided to sell the doll. Me being curious, because this particular sculpt I actually like and have been eyeballing for the better part of, I want to say 3 years, at least 2 years. I originally, way back when, got a chance to paint the MSD sized version of this doll, and the version that I would be painting for them is USD, so it's perfect because I'm kind of running out of space on my shelf, and I actually need to go and buy shelving tomorrow. I'm running out of space on my shelves and there are dolls everywhere, so the doll being USD size is perfect because I can sit her on a shelf or just have her, you know, around the working area without her being obtrusive. The doll, for all of you, is a LeekeWorld Chloe. I believe it's the B body. This is box, I took the ribbon off of it. This is a really pretty box. And this will be my first LeekeWorld or LeekeWorld doll ever. Now, the heads that I will be painting for them, I'm not gonna put on camera because I don't have permission to do that yet, but I'm excited. So this is my doll's head. Oh, I said all of that because I asked her how much she wanted for the doll and if she would be willing to trade. I had something in mind to trade for the doll, but then I got home, looked at the doll, and intensely became more attached to the doll. I don't know why. Like, I set this doll on the shelf and she's just been sitting there, and I was like, okay, I can trade for that. But then I get home and I look at her, I'm like, okay, we're gonna trade somebody for you. And it was almost like immediately the doll was like, no, I belong to you. So I couldn't figure out something to trade, so I figured, well, how much would you be, you know, selling the doll for? Because maybe I could just buy the doll. But then I thought the last minute, oh, I could give her services for the doll, because my services could add up to how much she paid for the doll. So I said, well, would you mind trading services? And she agreed. So now here's the doll. So this is a LeekeWorld Chloe. This is her head. Oh, she's so cute. I love how big her head is, you know? I used to not like big-headed dolls, but I'm quite fond of it now. That's her head, and then in the box is her little body and little pillowcase. And here's her certificate. I like this black envelope, it's really pretty. Then there are eyes in here, but I'm not sure if these are eyes for my doll or if they're eyes for hers. I'll have to ask, because I think her heads have eyes in them, so I'll have to ask her if these are mine. But let's open the body. Oh, her hips! Oh my god, you guys, like, her hips are so cute. I can't handle it. That's her body. So cute. Look at her butt. Her body is so cute. You know what? Her body, it still reminds me of the MSD version of this doll. And I've been seeing the MSD version of this particular doll. I know Shell has one, and I've seen a couple at the meets. I'm gonna put her head on the body. Okay, if the angle of the video is changed, just because I had to go through, like, my little parts bin here that I keep, like, spare resin parts in. Like, you know, little tiny spare resin parts from all the customization I've done over the years. I needed a S-hook to put on her head, a different S-hook. So her head is, actually, I like the range of motion that her head has where she can look up. She's adorable, and she's gonna be probably Looking at her without a face up, she's probably a little girl, but I have an inkling that she might end up being a more mature character because of her body after I give her her face up. So what I want to do, oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. So far what I want to do is I want to wire her arms, not her legs, because I feel like her legs are fine. Her legs are fine. I want to wire her arms, sway the neck so that she's not so floppy. I love her big head, but she's a bit floppy. So that she's not so floppy, I'll sway the neck. I always sway the ankles. Always sway the ankles. I find that it just helps the doll not fall over when you're like 2 yards away trying to take photos. I actually have a name for her already. Ever since we both said deal and we agreed to what, you know, what it would be, I've been calling her Strawberry in my head. I don't know why. I don't even know why. But yeah, I've been calling her Strawberry. I was in the shower and I was thinking about the type of design I might want to do on the doll, and ant came to mind, and I don't know why. Like the idea of her having ants crawl up the side of her face. That tickles me for some reason, even though I absolutely detest ants. I just think she's so cute. So obviously it's official. If I really need to say so, I think it's official. Me and big-headed dolls are a thing. In my opinion, she stands pretty well considering she needs to be swayed and like nothing's going through her channels or anything other than the string that she has. Yeah, that's the new kid. This felt so awkward, you know, doing a box opening for a BJD. I apologize for being so awkward on camera. This is why I don't really do box openings for BJD, because in my collection, if there were a hierarchy, there isn't, but if there were a hierarchy in my collection, the BJDs will be the dolls that I'm more invested in as far as feelings. And that just happens because of the process of the art process of BJDs that you go through to make happen. I connect with them more because there's way more I do for them. Like, granted, the things I do for BJD, I do for an array of other types of dolls. All of the talent that I've picked up working with BJDs, I use with every other doll that I work with as well. But BJDs, because they're all so vastly different, and the different companies, and you get the different sculpts, and there's so much uniqueness for each and every doll. I find that my doll heart falls in love with specific dolls, these dolls being like really special to me. And I don't think it's awkward because I've spoken to people that collect Reborn and that collect porcelain dolls. They connect with a specific type of doll more than they connect with another one, and that's just all it is with me. Like, my BJDs mean a lot. There are a couple of them that I got and felt extremely guilty after purchasing them, then going through the agony of the waiting, and then knowing that you spent money that you probably think you shouldn't have spent, and then the doll shows up and everything has worked itself out, and there's just like this sense of relief. So all of that mixed with just the art side of BJDs, I connect more with them. So when they arrive, I don't really know what the emotion would be when I open the box. Sometimes I open the box and it's just like, okay, beautiful doll, I'm excited to have them. Sometimes I open the box, look at them, and just cry for like 5 good minutes, just have a nice cry. And it's weird and vulnerable, and it's like, so that's why I don't, because that's what happened when I opened my Unoa, and I have a serious feeling that's probably what's gonna happen when I open my Unoa Zero. And then I opened Jory, this is my baby Jory. When I opened Jory, I had like this surge of excitement and energy. That's what he gave me. So it's different with every doll, but I don't know what that feeling will be until I get the doll in my hand and I'm looking at the doll. So it's easier for me to say I don't do BJD box openings because I just don't know. I couldn't really bring myself to edit out the real emotion of what's happening. So if I did a video and I did cry, I wouldn't edit it out and it would just be awkward, and I don't really want that on my channel because that's what happened with my not my Zero. I can't wait for her to get here, but my Unoa. When I opened her, I cried, and I did record it, and it is uploaded to YouTube. It's just on private because I can't bring myself to like open myself up to the world like that. Kudos to people that do, but I'm a little too guarded, I guess, to do that. I don't want to be picked on for crying over a doll, and I don't want to, I just don't want to be vulnerable. I just don't. For a lot of artists, showing your artwork is vulnerability, but I don't know if I want to cry in front of a bunch of people, especially not 230 of you that are now on my channel. By the way, all new people, welcome. So yeah, that's why I seem a little awkward in this video, and I apologize for that. But she's home, and the emotion that she gives me is sweetness. I don't feel like crying, and I don't feel guilty for making any like obscene purchases or anything because she was a trade. I feel sweetness. I do. She just seems like she's gonna be this adorable character in my room. Like she's going to brighten up a day. You know what I mean? So Strawberry and shortened to just Berry, because her head reminds, like how big her head reminds me. It reminds me of, if any of you are familiar with Willy Wonka, this doll reminds me a lot of a Oompa Loompa. Just like the proportions, like the hips and everything. Like, Oompa Loompa. So that's what I'm getting from her. So I wouldn't call her Oompa Loompa straight up. I'd probably call her something more like Berry, kind of nod to when that one girl turned into a huge blueberry. So I'm excited about that. Like, that's all I'm getting. Like candy, sweetness, innocence, but that could change. I love her hands. Yeah, I can't wait to play with her. This is Berry or Strawberry, and I will update all of you on whether or not that sticks, and I will show all of you her face up and everything when she's alive. Because right now she's in a dormant stage. When she's alive, we will be back and we will discuss it. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. See you guys in my next one. Bye.